President Zelenskyy visits Asia at a difficult time for Ukraine on the battlefield, where Ukrainian forces are hard pressed. And in fact, just a few days ago, the president said that he'd be limiting his foreign travel because of that difficult situation. So the fact that he's come here is symbolically very significant. And I think above all, he'll want to remind Asian audiences of why Russia's war in Ukraine matters for Asia. And I think he'll emphasize the point that he made in his video address, the Shangri-La Dialogue 2 years ago, which is that this war against Ukraine is a threat to the basic norms of international order. And if those norms are successfully violated, then that sets a very alarming precedent for the rest of the world, including in Asia. I think in addition to that, he'll want to emphasize that it's important that Ukraine be supported to win this war, that the best way of averting the threat to international order that this war presents is to defeat the aggression. And he'll want to push back against any suggestion that it's time for some sort of compromise peace that would give Russia something of what it wants. And we've heard suggestions from some voices around the Shangri-La Dialogue that this is the time to compromise, that this is the time for Ukraine to stop fighting. And I think President Zelenskyy will be very clear that a threat to international order requires that the aggressor be defeated. Well, President Zelenskyy, of course, has extraordinary personal charisma. And the fact that he's made this journey all this way at a difficult time for Ukraine will be respected. I think that in practice, different countries will respond in different ways. That's almost inevitable. There'll be some countries that need no persuading of the case that he will make, that a threat to international order in one part of the world implies a broader threat to the underlying rules that other countries depend on. There will be some who are more skeptical and just want the war to end as quickly as possible, who may think that the way to do that is in some way to encourage Ukraine to negotiate a compromise. And it's those voices, I think in particular, that President Zelenskyy will want to engage. There's one further point that's come up in the Shangri-La Dialogue already that President Zelenskyy might want to emphasize, and that's the fact that Russia's relationship with North Korea has become much closer over the past year. North Korea is supplying Russia with valuable ammunition and ballistic missiles, in fact. And in return for that, Russia is providing important new technologies for North Korea, has in essence forced an end to the sanctions monitoring regime on North Korea. And that is likely to have a destabilizing impact on East Asia. So that will be another argument that President Zelenskyy can use and say, well, look, the way that Russia is conducting this war has direct and destabilizing implications for Asia as well.